Alright everybody, welcome back to Feeziks Games, looking at some more ShapezIO. So last time we left off, my game actually crashed, so we didn't quite get to finish building this here shape, the little rocket ship I'll call it for now. So we're gonna start off by finishing that up, and then we'll probably do maybe one or two more levels. I don't really want to cram in quite as many levels as I was previously, just because these levels are starting to get longer and longer. So I don't really want to make, you know, a 35-40 minute video just so I can get 3 or 4 levels in it. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you want, you know, just a longer video of multiple levels rather than, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 levels per video. Yeah, just let me know. Alright. So where we left off in this one, it looks like we were having some trouble getting all of our paint and shapes into these painters. So this is all good. So I need to get this guy to here, which it looks like I can take these tunnels and move them over one, maybe. Actually, no, I only need to do it for this guy. I want you to tunnel up, and that's the best he can get. So can this guy tunnel across that whole way to here? Nope, that's one too far. Okay. So I need you to come up one more, tunnel from here to here, and that way this guy is able to tunnel across. So this needs to move over by at least one. These can go back in place. There. Alright, so now this guy's gotta go here. Luckily that looks simple enough at this point. This guy already makes it over there. Okay, now we have to finish up the paint. And the last piece of paint. Okay. So our painters are half an item a second. Conveyor belts are 6 items, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 5 items, so the conveyor belt can handle all of it. So what we're gonna do is put these combiners . Oh wait, no, I need to rotate this guy, don't I? I should do that before I combine them, actually. Yep, I should do that before I combine them. So I need them to be on the bottom. So I need to rotate them counterclockwise. Let's get rid of all that. And back to the rotator. And now we put these in here. Okay. Much, much better. Okay, do I have the other shape started? I think I do, don't I? Or am I just deleting them right now? Yeah. So the tops need to be green. I need 8 painters. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to extract here at a rate of 4. That's 1.2, 2.4, 3.6, 4.8. And each one of these will just end up feeding probably 2 things. And let's just flip this guy. Whatever. Doesn't look pretty, but it works. And that's the important piece. Alright, so this needs to be rotated. Is that counterclockwise it needs to rotate? I believe so, yeah? Yeah. So let's put one of those at the end of each of these. Okay. Alright. And now we extract more. How do I get from here to here in a reasonable manner? Now maybe I get rid of all of this for now. And what we probably end up doing is something like this. Alright, now we need paint. Okay. And now we need to bring these shapes together. We have one here and one here, and combine them and then send them back to the hub up here. So I'll bring this guy up and around, and then we'll put them into the stacker. Alright, now how fast does the stacker work? Half an item a second. And I'm just going to go ahead, I'm probably not saturating this conveyor belt, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume I am for both sides. So I would need 12 stackers. I probably am not. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these painters on this guy. That's 4 items a second. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 on the other guy. I have 5 items here and 4 items there. So we'll go for 4 items a second. I need 8 of these. 1. That's going to be too close. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we do 1 to 8 again. Alright, we got 8 on both of them. Let's just test it on 1 and make sure we're getting the right shape. Yep, we're getting the right shape. Nice. Okay. So now if we want 8 to 1, I think we just do the same thing backwards, so. Probably a bad idea for me to be laying this out first when I don't know if everything's gonna fit. But I want to just start bringing this to the hub now, since we need so many of these shapes. Oh. Did the game just stop working? It didn't feel like playing anymore. It seems like the game just quit. Said, I'm good. I'm done for the day. If it looks stupid but it works, it isn't stupid. There we go. We actually laid it out perfectly without planning on it, but you know, totally what I meant to do. And now we bring that back up to the hub. I'm gonna keep going to the right around that green patch. And bring her right back up. Alright, there we go. Finally building this shape. This one took quite a while. Definitely our most advanced factory yet. But I guess, you know, that makes sense. As the levels keep going, we're gonna get more and more difficult, huh? Alright, there we go. Let's check the statistics page. Let's see what that's gonna show for a second. And we're getting a flat line, which is good. Hopefully it stays there. I don't think we're gonna be, yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think we're getting the full throughput of 6 a second on the conveyor belt, which you can see here, because we're getting these like little spurts of 8, 8, 8, you know. I guess 1, 2, 3. If we made like 4 more, that would give me slightly better. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it, and we'll come back once it hits 1,000. Alright, we're back. About to hit 1,000 on this guy. We get the chained extractor. Forward its resources to other extractors so you can more efficiently extract resources. The old extractor has been replaced. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, now we're on level 12, which actually this is very important. This is the blueprint shape here. So we're going to want to make pretty much as many of these as possible. So we need white circle and a blue mostly circle, with the top left piece being a square. So to make white paint, we have to combine every color. So maybe we'll start by doing that, and then we'll try to find a circle and that square shape. So our paint mixer is 0.6 items a second, and our conveyor belt is 6 items a second. So I can get 10 of these if I fill up the conveyor. So, ooh, I'm gonna need 20 of them really, because I have to do like green plus blue, and then that result plus red. Okay, that's a lot. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's do 5. I don't know if this will work, but it seems like an interesting way to lay it out, so we'll try that. So that'll be 10 of those guys. Maybe I can, instead of doing one chained extractor that feeds into a single maxed out conveyor belt and then splitting that into 10, I can do 2 that feed into 5, and that'll just be slightly easier for me to build and space out, so maybe I'll try that. And for anybody wondering, I'm not coming up with these shapes on my own. There's a very helpful little diagram that I'm following along on my other monitor. I'll put a link to that in the description for anyone who needs it. Quite useful, especially once we do get these blueprints. I can finally just copy and paste these shapes rather than having to look them up and build them every single time. So that will be quite nice. But for now, do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, so we have all 10 green inputs. Now we need to make all 10 blue inputs, or red, either one really. But I figure I'll just do blue, because why not? So let's extract upwards for this one. Get 3 of those, and then another 1 to 5. Just copy this blueprint. And we got a lot of this color here. And we gotta do it all again with red. Oh boy. So So let's give it quite some space. Alright, now we got all those colors going through. Combine, or not combine, connect these guys. So now we need 2 of these 1 to 5s for red, and then we'll have to bring it in here. So once again, 1, 2, 3 chained extractors. And that goes there, there, there. Okay, now we have a lot of white paint. So we need to paint 1 circle white. So this is a circle. Do we have any other circles that are just like over here? No? Alright, so I need to take this white paint and move it to this guy here. Okay. So now we got a fully saturated belt of white, which means we're getting 6 items a second of it. And we want to paint white circles as fast as we can, and these are half an item, so I'm going to need 12 painters. Okay, where do I want to set these up? I think we'll end up doing 2 sets of 6. So we have our 2 sets of 6 painters set up. So let's split this guy into 2. And now we need to take each one of those and turn it into 6. Finally getting sort of close to the home stretch. You know what? This probably isn't really giving me very balanced output, so let me replace those actually. Okay, much more even. At least that's what it seems like. So now I have 1 full conveyor belt, 6 per second of those. So now I need 6 per second of these guys painted blue. So my painters, I need to rotate it once. Yep. My rotator can do 6 items a second, so that's fine. And my painters, again, are half an item a second. And I need 6, so I'll need 12 of those. Basically doing the same thing we just did here. Now when these come out of the paint, I will rotate them. And this way they are all in the correct orientation and I don't have to worry about slowing down the factory. Now let's turn those guys back into 1. Alright, now we need to stack these 2. And the stacker does 0.75 items a second. So what's 6 divided by 0.75 is 8. So I need 8 stackers. I'll just put it way up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's go ahead, since I know we're gonna need it, add an 8 to 1 above it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not quite in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I think that's what we need. Okay, now I gotta convert these guys to 1 to 8s and put them in on the correct sides. I think it was left side gets put on top. The right input is stacked on top of the left. So this guy needs to be on the left inputs of each one and this guy needs to be on the right inputs of each one. Alright, and we are finally making that shape. That took forever. Look how big this thing is just to make one shape. Now we gotta bring it from there to the hub. I'm not gonna combine these guys, but I wanna run them basically in parallel, just so I never get lost. And let's see. Our pieces are, yep, they're flying in now. Very, very nice. Now I want to be seeing that at roughly 6 items a second. 6.3, wow, look at that. I don't even know if that's possible since they only have one conveyor belt, but maybe they round. Not really sure. I mean, the conveyor belt looks pretty saturated to me. Unlike this shape next to it, there's no holes or anything. I guess it'd be hard for me to tell if it could, like, slightly squeeze in one more. I don't know if it has, like, partial spacing, if that makes sense. But to me, that looks basically as good as it's gonna get for this shape. Now, I could probably go ahead and make another one, but I really do not want to. This was a lot. Maybe once I actually unlock the ability to use these blueprint shapes, then I'll make another one, because it'll be a little bit easier at that point. So perhaps that will be the plan. But for now, I'm probably just gonna make this an idle game for a little bit and wait till we hit that 1,000 mark. Alright, there we are, finally hit 1,000 of that. So now we can copy and paste, and it costs those blueprint shapes to do it, and that's the shape that we just made. So we're just gonna keep that factory around forever, pretty much, and we're really gonna like to use that because I don't like making things like this by hand all the time. I mean, it is fun to figure it out, but I think it's even more fun to just make it work and then copy and paste it so that we have, you know, a factory that does it all for us without me having to build each individual component by hand. But I think that is going to wrap it up for this video. And in the next video, we'll start producing these, looks like a purple square with a white circle on it. So we'll get working on that next, and we'll get that second tunnel, which will make our lives a lot easier. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like, a comment, hit subscribe if you feel like it. That'd be great. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.